Welcome back to Conversations in the Mirror, episode 2. And if you happen to hear episode 1, thank you very much. That was the first episode. Nobody has heard it because right now, as a recording, it's not uploading anywhere. But in future tense, for the past reference, then this would make sense. um, if you did listen to that, you know the next episode I was like, I'm gonna talk about the whole Kendrick thing or whatever, and I feel like that's still gonna be a separate episode. But thankfully, I waited, and by waited, I mean procrastinated, for J.Cole to respond to Kendrick Lamar, and just to make sure that I'm a big Kendrick fan. He is my second favorite rapper of all time, right under Andre 3000. But I make sure to hear the diss and all the variety the first time I heard it, the shock value from the second time to the third time. Listening to other people's opinions, listening to it again in album context, and recently before I started up the podcast, just so I can, have a unbiased take on it and then have a biased take on it. Cause I just think that's fair. I feel like having an unbiased take on how I feel about it and then giving my personal feelings on it seems very genuine when reviewing anything. Um, Bro, I hate when I talk on the mic. I think it's because I hear my own voice, so it makes me think I'm raspy, and I'm probably not. And I do that whole fucking clear your throat shit. I hate it. But anyway, so my unbiased opinion on the 7 minute drill song. For somebody like Cole and Cole's caliber, this is a very mid diss. The first beat is very bare bones and unattractive. The second beat, shout out to Conductor, is a lot more grimy and nastier and dark with these. I'm no Fantano, but with these like eerie sounds in the background, and I especially love when he goes like body bags and you hear the zip, body bag zip. That's just fire. Wish it has that same life was on the other beat made by Teen Minus. Didn't like the beat at all. And as far as lyrics go, it's very mid. Like taking a bar like he's still doing shows but fell off like The Simpsons feels very. I feel like I would hear that bar from a Drake and not a Cole. Um, what else? What else? He averaged one hard verse like every 30 months or something. Like I know that's the like I don't know. I'm not feeling that. It's like, is that really a bar? Push come to shove on this mic, I will hump him. I'm Nino with the thing. That's that New Jack City meme. Yeah, I'm aiming at G Money, crying tears before I bust at him. Drake. See, I'm not even talking about Drake. It's you've been Cole. You've been hanging around Drake too long, because that I instantly said Drake because when I read it and said it back to myself, the first person that I thought of would be Drake saying this shit. Cole, I got it. I'm Nino with the thing that New Jack City mean. That would have been a great bar if you then explain to me the bar as if I didn't get it. That's what Drake does. Drake thinks he just said something so clever that he has to follow up with like, did you get it? If you didn't get it, this is what I mean. Like, yes, Drake, we got it. Trust me, we did. You know who also does that shit? Eminem. We get it, Em. You don't have to explain the bar to me. That's why it's a bar, because it's the metaphor you're trying to get to me. But if you think I'm not smart enough to get it, that it kills the point. It's the same thing here. Like, I'm Nino with the thing that New Jack City meme was like, oh, he must be talking about the meme the crime meme. Yeah, I'm aiming at G Money crying tears before I bust at him. Okay, well, no, I don't think anymore. He just told me that's what he meant. Like, that's just terrible. And then one more with this fly pebbles at your dome. We the Stone Temple Pilots. Cole, what? No, not in the diss. We're not doing that in the diss. We're not making references to you jamming out to Stone Temple Pilots. Like, we're not doing that. We're not. You don't put what you do in your free time. You were listening to alt rock bands and shit in the diss. Like, what are we doing? It's like, I power up for real. That shit would feel like swatting a fly. I don't think this is the Cole I was personally looking for. I don't think I was ready for ether level of dissing. But this is the same person who dropped Caddy's P with Benny the Butcher. Like, I thought I was about to get crazy. Y'all see the run that Cole has been on with killing features lately? I thought I was about to get that cold on this, and I didn't. And I felt like it was very mid. I feel like the bars were just like not there. I feel like the beat was not there, and I feel like Cole kind of just phoned this in, like he really didn't want to do it. And then I had to ask myself, why did you do it? But I get why he had to do it. Especially something in rap and in rap culture and his community is very aggressive. He probably didn't want to do it, but niggas wasn't going for that, right? If he didn't do it, then he would. It felt like he would have punked. He was scared of Kendrick, even though Kendrick wasn't really dissing Cole. He did say "fuck the big three" and you're a part of the big three, and then he said niggas clicking up and you were clicking up, so you had to say something, and that's just based on our culture, especially being black. You had to say something, even if you didn't want to. You got to stand your ground because he's like, hey, you coming at you. You better not be pussy, especially all this lyrical spiritual shit that you be talking. Put that to the side. You got to get at him. So I see why he had to do it. But this whole 7-minute drill to be 3 minutes long, so the name, I don't get the name, is very mid in my opinion. That's how I feel about that. Now, we broke down the bars, we broke down the instrumental unbiasedly, I would like to think. Now we're getting to biased territory. Cole. Jermaine. I don't know your other name. Cole. Jermaine. Cole. J.Cole. I don't even think we should call you J.Cole no more. I think we should just trip that. Cole, are you okay? Jermaine Lamar Cole. Are you at your rabbit ass mind? Are you out your rabbit ass? You been smoking whatever dope they be like throwing out to the fucking basement dwellers at the OVO chained up basement that Drake keeps his ghostwriters at? Because you are smoking on that you shouldn't have. And you shouldn't have came out with this motherfucking shit. This is so half-assed, bro. This is so, especially for somebody your caliber. This is like this is like Naruto coming out with Boruto. Like, Naruto, for somebody your caliber, this is what we got? Boruto? Really? No, see? You just don't fit right. Cole, I'm not even mad that you came out with a diss. I'm kind of mad because I was hoping that we still had a little bit of light shining, that we were going to get a collab album. And at one point, I wanted the collab album with all three of the GOATs, of the generation, the big three. I wanted to collab with the big three, and then crash out Kenny said fuck the big three. So I knew it was like dying. I know it was dying when he said that, but then you responding, I was like, okay, it's dead. But then you gave this half-ass response. But Jermaine, I'm not mad at this weak ass diss. What I'm mad about is this particular line. It's the after the hook, and I don't know why the fuck you put a hook into the diss, but after the hook and after that terrible Simpsons bar, the next set of bars is, yo, first shit was classic, your last shit was tragic, yo, second shit put niggas to sleep but they gassed it, your third shit was massive and that was your prime. Okay, first off, for motherfuckers who can't read or just slow, respectfully, I see a lot. When I saw this, people was like, oh, he's not talking about the order. Okay, well, I assume you can't read or you just might be a little special. It's okay, though. Respectfully, it's okay, though. I'm going to break it down for you. He said your first shit was classic. Your last shit was tragic. Okay, if we're talking about his last full-length album, which was Mr. Morale and the Big Steppers, in Cole's opinion, that was tragic. Now, he only mentions 3 other albums after that. So if Mr. Morale and the Big Steppers is the last album to be said, then you have to just backtrack. So that means the third has to be Down, the second has to be T-Pab, and then the first has to be Good Kid, Mad City. Just numeric order for the people who don't understand. Okay, just get that out the way. Now, Cole. No, I forgot. We're not calling you Cole anymore. Jermaine. Your first shit was a classic. Me and you completely in agreement right there. Good Kid, Mad City, instant classic. Your last shit was tragic. I disagree. It was a big artistic, you know, reach and risk for Kendrick. Me personally, I think he pulled it off into a 7 out of 10 aspect. I listened to it not too long ago. That album's very deep. I feel like it loses some of its attraction uh, towards the middle of the first half and towards the later half of the second half. Okay though, yo, second shit put niggas to sleep, but they gas it. Cole, me and you have to fight. And I'm going to lose because, just like you said in the dish, I think my arms is also too short to box with a guy. Because I just found out you 6'3", and my 5'7" ass will get pieced up. But that's not the point I'm making right now. Cole, you going to have to see me, though. You going to have to see. You talking about T-Pab, my brother. We're talking about Two Pimp a Butterfly. Yo, second shit put niggas to sleep. Now, granted, even though I'm a Kendrick Dick writer, if somebody would tell me that Two Pimp a Butterfly was boring, I get it, right? Two Pimp a Butterfly is damn sure not like Good Kid, Mad City. You're not pulling up to the club bumping, you might be bumping all right, but you might be bumping Hood Politics. You're definitely not bumping Wesley's Theory to the fucking club. You're not about to get the holes from Wesley Theory talking about some every nigga is a star. You're not about to bump. Is it Mama? Is that Mama? Let me. I gotta look at the track list. What are you not bumping? Are you definitely not bumping Institutionalized? Okay, maybe These Walls. You for sure not bumping You or For Sale or Mama or Complexion. Or how you're not bumping How Much a Dollar Costs from no fucking mortal man. Yeah. So if somebody was to tell me Two Pimp a Butterfly was boring, I couldn't understand that, right? That same person would probably tell me books are boring, right? It's like I get it. To me, books are interesting because they tell a well, they actually tell a story, but you can visualize it. Some people don't want to read a book, right? They rather have it in movie or TV form, visually stimulate them rather than imagining what is happening. So I get that, right? This is the part we disagree and why we got to box Jermaine. But they gassed it, meaning it's overrated, meaning it's not really as good as people make it out to be. The fuck are you talking about, Jermaine? You must be smoking dope and not the good kind, because you are talking crazy. Thinking, Cole, first off, 20 and they named, and every critic would tell you that To Pimp a Butterfly goes beyond a rap album. They say that is one of the best albums to be ever made in the 2010s. It's top 5 and it's probably number 1 to be ever made during that decade of music. Cole, this is my issue with you. You say that shit and then pretend like you didn't try to make a To Pimp a Butterfly twice. You tried to do it with For Your Eyes Only and failed. And you tried to do it with KOD and failed. And to call some shit sleepy knowing that you have For Your Eyes Only and KOD in your discography is absolutely insane. And I just heard Might Delete Later and that shit is also boring. Cole, you have not been to the streets. They used to call you Sleepy Cole, my boy. Out of the big 3, they call you the most boring. And because this was at the time Kendrick had Good Kid, Mad City. So we was bumping every song on there. We was playing swimming pools in the house parties, in the kickbacks, in the clubs, in the get-togethers. Bitch Don't Kill My Vibe was being played everywhere. Backseat Freestyle everywhere. Money Trees was just a vibe in the car. Poetic Dresses, hoes love that. Mad City. Well, come on, Cole. Nobody was bumping. The only thing people was bumping from you, Cole, during that time was No Role Models. Factual. Everything else put niggas to sleep. That's all I'm saying. So for you to say that is crazy to me. I think it's not, and from all the opinions I looked at, it's not even crazy to me. It's crazy to everybody who heard that. People not even talking about the diss. They talking about that one part because they think you're going and batshit insane. You need to be locked up in Arkham Asylum the way you talking right now. And the fact that you also tried to do it and now you're backtracking as if you're still not the sleepy rapper of the trio. Come on, man. Then you go, your third shit was massive and that was your prime. Okay, yes. Damn, by accolade standards, it will be Kendrick's quote unquote prime. But that's not why Damn is good, my boy. If we're being honest, and as a Kendrick fan, Damn is not good. Now I can't tell you why when I listen to it, because when I listen to it, every song slaps like the backhand of a pimp. But after I get done with it, I'll be like, yeah, it's half-hearted. For Kendrick's standard, it's a bad album. It feels like he went, especially coming off of Two Pimp a Butterfly, and then his B-sides being Untitled Unmastered. A lot of them tracks could have been way delved into, and he didn't do it. He was chasing radio hits, and he got a lot of them. Humble, Loyalty, and Love, I think, are the ones that people play the most on the radio, at parties, in the club, possibly. Um, so yes, and we all know Kendrick was chasing hits with Damn. He wanted to make radios. He wanted the rotations to get played, and I'm pretty sure, if I'm not mistaken, Humble is what got him. I don't think his first number one, but one of his number ones on the Billboard. Going back to you, Cole, your first one came from fucking Drake. That's why, niggas clicking up came, that bar came in, Cole, Mr. I'm telling right behind them, and now you hit your prime. Mind you, you're even in your prime, you still needed an assistance, alley oop, to get your number one. Let's not forget that, Cole. But to say Damn is Kendrick's prime, you talking crazy. Yeah, you didn't like Mr. Morale, but artistically, that was one of the biggest risks Kendrick could have taken in a new direction that he was taking with the genre. Like, it's literally therapy session, the album. And yes, I can understand why niggas don't like it. I don't want to go therapy when I put on a motherfucking record. That's just not something personally I want to do. Especially if something I can relate to pops up on the album. Imagine you just get in an argument with your girl and you like, I'm going to calm down and listen to the music. And fucking We Don't Cry. We Cry Together come on. Oh my gosh, bro. It's like you can't separate the art from reality in this motherfucker. They arguing on the fuck. You just argue with your girl in real life. Now this Kendrick fucking arguing with this bitch on the song. He's like, hey, you can't escape that shit. So nobody want to fucking go through traumatic experiences every time they cut on the fucking radio. Or, bring up iTunes or Spotify. I don't even think it's called iTunes anymore. I think it's Apple Music. So I get that. But Cole, you saying that Two Pimp Butterfly was sleepy and they gassed it? No, brother. You're out of tune with that. The only reason Damn got all those accolades because they fucked him over with T-Pav. They had to give him something. Because you go back and you're like, how did this man make this fucking album? Like, it's immaculate. And I'm not even gassing. And I was looking at Lost to Vegas reaction, and it was like, for something to be a classic, it has to be resonate with the hood and everything. I disagree with that take. I feel like Two Pimp a Butterflies transition so far ahead of the hood. Even Kendrick mentions this on I forgot what song. Is it Yeah? I don't think it's Yeah. It's some song on Damn. It might be Element, right? What I want to see if I can look up the bar real quick. Oh, yes. Last LP I tried to lift the black artists, but it's a difference between black artists and whack artists. Kendrick was mad. I don't blame him. Bro, you listen, that album changed my life. You know how they be like, Cudi changed my life? No, if you listen to Pimp a Butterfly, the way that shit was constructed is amazing. And this is not about To Pimp a Butterfly, but I have to talk about it in somewhat in depth, because for Cole to say that shit was weak is crazy, because This is the same man who made For Your Eyes Only, which was tragic because nobody knew what the fuck the album was about. But in To Pimp a Butterfly fashion, when you get to the last song on For Your Eyes Only, you realize it's a story about his friend, and he's telling this story to his daughter because his friend has now died, and he now is technically trying to raise his daughter for him. But you don't know that because all the songs are fucking disconnected. And the biggest criticism with that was, Cole, instead of making a 10-minute fucking track, why didn't you just break all this topics down into a song of the album and made it flow nicely? Cause then you're like, neighbors think I'm selling dope, and that shit has nothing. This shit has nothing to do with the fuck the topic. You in a big ass house and you making music, and your white neighbors think you selling dope to get it. And they call this boring, Cole. This was a boring ass album because it was. It was. Then you came back with KOD. Again, you have these very lustful, bright, vibrant beats, but you acting like you don't care that you're on them. So to call it to call it boring, and you try to attempt to do this several fucking times, is insane. Moving on to another bar I have beef with. Funny thing about it, bitch, I don't even want the prestige. Fuck the Grammys, cause them crackers ain't never done nothing for me, ho. I think this is just lazy. I feel like you really have nothing to say when you take away somebody's accolades. You can't never say your prestige or anybody's trophies or accomplishments isn't taking in effect of how that person is, right? And I see this with Drake mostly, right? Because we don't consider Drake to be a rapper. And even Drake has forgotten that he said multiple times that rap is something he does on the side. And the difference between Drake and Drizzy are two different people. And especially now, because we realize he doesn't write his own raps. He's ghostwrite them. You want the prestige, Cole. You have always want the prestige. So much that you have 2 Grammys from the so-called Grammys that you hate. You have 2 of them. But I get it, because that's not, you didn't get, if I'm not mistaken, I could look it up because I'm on a computer. Your 2 Grammys came from that fucking song with not Lil Baby, but Dirk, right? Let's see. J.Cole has 2 Grammys for what? Let's see what you have 2 Grammys for. Yeah, you have one for Best Melodic Rap Performance, and then and a lot. Both of your Grammys came from being featured on another nigga track, Cole. So yeah, of course you're saying fuck the Grammys because you haven't won a Grammy for something that you solely did for your own projects, while Drake and Kendrick has both done this. And you're taking a page from Drake. Well, Drake is like, fuck the Grammys. I don't care. The motherfucker got 5. He can say that all day. And he has got some for his own body of work. He can say that all day. I mean, I could say, fuck the money if I had a lot of money. If I was a millionaire, yeah, fuck the money. I don't care how much it costs, bitch, because I got a lot of money. You can't say that, Cole, because both of your Grammys that you have came from 2 different niggas. One came from Lil Durk. Another came from 21 Savage. You cannot then discredit Kendrick because he has 17 Grammys. And a lot of one of them's for Album of the Year, which I believe came from them, right? If I'm not mistaken, let's look it up. Was that? I think he won out. Either he won Best Rap Album or Album of the Year. He was nominated for Album of the Year. I don't think he won though. Did he win that? I don't think he won that. No, he didn't. They gave it. I think they gave him Best Rap Album though for that, because he should have won Album of the Year for T-Pav. But regardless, he got 17, and a lot of that is for his own prestige of his own body of work. So to say that, you don't even want the prestige, you're lying. You know you want it, and you're using this as a shot at Kendrick. That's saying, oh, your 50 nominations and your 17 wins doesn't mean anything. Yes, it does, Cole. Yes, it does. It's literally visual and actual gratification and not celebration, but I cannot think of the word, but actually, validation. That's the word I'm looking for. It is physical validation to be like, hey, the thing that you made, the thing that you created is very good, so much so that we get you a trophy. Why everything usually has a trophy or some type of prize to let you know that you are the best of the best of what you do or did. So Cole, you saying that is just it's lazy and it's below the belt for me. Um, and to saying you don't care about the prestige, I know you was geeking out when Drake gave you your first number one. Again, something that is bittersweet because again you have never gotten number one, and the first time that you did, it was because of another nigga. Okay. And I think my last part that I have, you saying that this is a warning shot to back niggas down. Cole, Jermaine, Jermaine. First off, you sounded crazy when you was like somebody called me and say that somebody dissing. Nigga, it was one nigga and it was Kendrick Lamar. I know they called your phone and said K. Dot, K. Lamar, Mr. Morale, Kung Fu Kenny, King Kunta has dissed you. And this is also for the other people who can't do math. Listen, pay attention. The only bars that in like that from Kendrick Lamar feature verse to Cole was the whole clicking up and fuck the big three. I keep seeing this narration where it says, oh, Kendrick was dissing Cole because he said, if you walk around with that stick, it ain't Andre 3K. I swear you niggas do not be listening to the lyrics. I feel like you hear something and then you run with it. Let's go to it. He said, got two thieves with me. I'm snatching chains and burning tattoos. It's up. Lost too many soldiers not to play it safe. If he walk around with that stick, it ain't Andre 3K. Okay, Andre 3K walks around with a quote unquote stick that is a flute. Kendrick says this by saying, if you see Kendrick walking around with a stick, it ain't Andre 3K. It ain't no flute. It's that thing. And that thing gonna go blah. That's what that meant. Motherfuckers like, he dissing Cole because Cole has a song called Stick. First off, Cole is the last feature on that song with Stick. It's on the, for one, it's not even on a Cole album. It's on the Dreamville album. And the song is honestly fucking Shaq West's song. Well, I don't understand what people are talking about. The song is more mainly Shaq West. Shaq West is on the motherfucking hook. Shaq West is not only on the hook, but has the second longest verse in the motherfucking in the motherfucking song. Cole is at the tail end. I don't know. He wasn't dissing Cole with the stick reference. Stop saying it. That shit dumb. Like you're making like you're trying to make this comparison and it's so off. And then people being like, oh, he got another song, PTSD. Again, Cole's not even featured on that song. It's a Dreamville song, bro. It has nothing to do with the correlation, bro. Please read the lyrics. It's okay. I swear reading is okay. But anyway, yes. So when somebody calls somebody dissing you, no, they I'm pretty sure they said it with their chest. Kendrick is crashing the fuck out. The thing that makes me mad is you saying that this is a warning shot. Cole. I'm gonna need you to understand. If a nigga that I'm cool with called me up and said fuck the big three, it's just big me, we're no longer cool. Like, don't get me wrong, that's my brother. We're probably like kicking and shit, like tell that nigga to hop on the game. But just know I ain't making no warning to a nigga that said fuck the big three, it's just big me. Cole, he said it's just big him. On the fucking Mount Rushmore, he's saying this Kendrick Lamar, King Kuta, Kung Fu Kenny, and Mr. Morale on that bitch, bro. He's saying there's no first, second, third place. He's saying he take up all the places, bro. He's saying it. No, bro, you got a warning shot. Cole, first off, you don't make a 3-minute song and call it a fucking warning shot. At that point, you should have just shot, nigga. Like, I don't understand. What are we talking about right here? Like, hey, don't make me. Cole, you wrote a fucking hook to the song, bro. You have an intro, a chorus, a verse, another verse, and an outro. Cole, you should have just motherfucking made the diss. You responded. This motherfucker had 45 seconds to rap on like that, and you made a 3-minute talk session. Like, come on, Cole, you got me tight, bro. You got me tight, brother. I'm angry, brother. Like, what are you talking about, Cole? Warning shot, bro. Imagine the big three just hanging out, and and Luffy goes up to the mic like, "Fuck the big three, it's just big me." Whoa, nigga, wait a minute. You don't think Naruto and Ichigo gonna look at that nigga crazy? Like, whoa, what the fuck? This happened right? No, wait a minute. Nigga about to get hit with a fucking Rasengan gun and a motherfucking Getsugan Tensho. Like, what the fuck? Bro. Imagine Sony walking up to the mic going like, "Fuck the big three, just big me." You don't think Microsoft and Nintendo gonna look at Sony crazy? Like, yo, y'all heard this nigga, bro? No, this nigga just wild out. Let's go. I'm gonna get Master Chief and Mario to jump this nigga. Like, yo, like, what are you talking, Cole? Cole, this shit got me tight as you're saying this shit. Oh my gosh, Cole, I just don't understand why you made a whole. You called it 7-minute drill and only rap for 3, but then you did it all. My thing is the might delete later was already done. You added to it. You took the week that it took you, because I know it took you a day to write this. The other 6 days was to get it clear to be put on the fucking album. Bro, come on. Okay. So, and this just proves why the whole Kendrick versus Cole thing. I think now that I look at it, given that this here is why Cole is not up to Kendrick Lamar's level, because I feel like his 49-second, 50-second verse, however long it was, has such more impact than Cole's 3-minute verse. And don't get me wrong, I know if when people hear this, they're gonna be thinking like, oh well, you already said you're a Kendrick fan, so you're already biased in your biased take. Well, yes, this is the biased portion of the podcast, but don't get it wrong, my fellow friend. I love Cole. If you was to look at my views on my AMV channel, January 28th is one of my best fucking videos. I made how many Cole songs? I made January 28th, Fire Squad. It's another one from the first Dreamville album. Forza's Crystals. I made a lot of fucking J. Cole edits. J. Cole, I love J. Cole. I love Forest Hill Drive. I think a lot of people say that's just a critically acclaimed album, and to me it is. I like some songs on For Your Eyes Only. I like KLD's few songs on there. The All Season was alright. I think it's one of his better projects. This might delete later his ass with a few good songs on it. Cole just can't make albums. he just don't have that talent, unfortunately. But I don't hate Cole. To the point like I said, I wanted the motherfucking collab album with them too. But Cole cannot match up to the level that Kendrick is on. And it's sad because I really thought, and don't get me wrong, I believe J. Cole is definitely in his prime right now. And you can tell a lot of this by his feature run recently. Evil Ways, first person shooter, The Secret Recipe with Yachty, went dumb crazy on that. Audio Hug on that Summer Walker joint. Come on, man, that shit was beautiful. On the Street with that the J Hope and J Cole thing, that the Japanese dude. of course, on Dreamville, he was killing it. The song that people was trying to relate, Stick, he killed Stick. And the first person speech on there, easily fucking Heaven's EP. Like Cole been fucking killing it, right? Like, and then Johnny's P. Caddy was one of the that verse alone made, like we was saying, Cole is top 3 for a reason. That alone put whole everybody's fucking discography into question, because it was like that verse is immaculate. But the problem is, and continue has, because he just released something, Cole cannot make albums. He does not bring the same energy that he does on his own tracks. And the 7-minute drill is an example for that. This was ass. He went harder on first person shooter. He went so hard that people hate Drake verse. I mean, I personally hate Drake because after that amazing beat and J.Cole rapping, his flow, his bars, motherfucker Drake come on that bitch like, I'm about to. It's like, damn, what this thing about to come? Like, what the fuck? Why is she saying this shit in my ear and whispering? No, I'm uncomfortable, bro. I gotta turn this shit off. I'm mad uncomfortable. If I play this shit on the speaker, bro, niggas gonna look at me crazy. Like, why is Drake, get off the song. But even though he's in his lyrical prime right now, this is why I've been trying to tell people, that doesn't change Kendrick. We cannot forget that they both rapped on each other's beats. And Kendrick damn sure killed J. Cole's beat, Two Tails, or whatever it's called, right? Easily killed him on Black Friday. Cole could not handle the Alright beat. Now, I'm pretty sure it was one of them things where they each asked each other, like, yo, let me get that beat and I'll rap on it and you can take whatever beat. And at the time, To Pimp a Butterfly was in rotation. So out of all the songs, me personally, I think Cole would have done better on the Hood Politics beat, or even Mama. I think he would have killed Mama personally. Or even Blacker the Berry. I think Blacker the Berry. Either one. He should have killed All Right, and then the first half is just Cole saying nigga for like the whole verse for some reason. and I remember when it came out, people was like, Cole, what the fuck? Bro, Kendrick was killing it so much, bro. They had to tell him, nah, you got to cut it out, bro. It's too late. Just let it go, my boy. Let it go. Like we're good on it. Like, please, you destroyed this. Yeah, I brought that up to my man Only. He only was like, come on, bro. That was like 4 years ago type shit. But it doesn't change the fact that Kendrick murdered his beat, bro. He absolutely destroyed it. If I'm not, I think the song is like, how long is this song? I think it's like 4 minutes, right? It's like 4 minutes, and J. Cole couldn't handle the All Right beat for a minute and a half. Like, it's already, there was no discussion to be had. But I think we people forgot, right? Mr. Morale came out, Kendrick on his therapy session type shit, Cole killing every feature he been on. Then them talks was like, okay, yeah, I don't know, man, Cole could really get at Kendrick, but people are forgetting T-Pap Kendrick is a different beast. I want to talk about it in a different video because it's not the topic of discussion at this current moment, but I really believe people forgot the future run that Kendrick Lamar was on during T-Pap's release. And so when Cole was like, damn, it was your prime, and he was channeling right behind, I think he's misremembering. Cause definitely T-Pap Kendrick was a different beast. He was so beast that a lot of his unreleased shit is from when Kanye comes out and be like, he killed Kendrick on fucking on No More Parties in LA. It's like, hey, Kanye, release the studio version of Father Stretch Your Hands Part 3 when Kendrick's on there. He murdered you. Or All Day with Kendrick. He murdered you. You ain't gonna release those. It's like, don't forget that feature run. And my last point to with all this is, I believe this is why Cole will always be bronze. Unfortunately, uh, he just doesn't go fully with it. You know, he lacks so many qualities that between other mortals, he's a god. He's one of the top three of rap. You can't say that. But when it's actually time to step up to somebody with his caliber, Cole definitely falls short. Um, and you can see that with the Ab Soul and Daylight feature that's on this project that Seven Man Drill is on. Lyrically he can't. Like, I'm not saying that he didn't hold his own, but on Pie it's like Absol and Daylight are like going back and forth on this lyrical battle rap, insightful, philosophical type shit, and you're like, whoa. And then fucking Cole come up talking about some, yeah, you may be a trans man, but you still a pussy. Period. Cole, what the fuck are you on? Now, don't get me wrong. Don't get me wrong. Cole rapping on this motherfucker. Cole is rapping his ass off, but it's one of those, like, it's a hard bar until you then look at it in context with the other people giving out bars on here, and it's like, oh, you really ain't saying nothing. Like, hit a lick, hit a lick after lick like a lollipop. That's a basic ass bar, bro. It's like, yeah, I could think of a lot of people to come up with that. But then you have someone like Ass Soul, like, the criteria for this tier just to open pride, hopes and cries, but so can I. I drop the unprovoking crimes. Like, whoa, look at that shit. Nigga, that's the first three bars. And this how you coming? Like, what? It's like, you can't. Like, and this proves to me why Cole will be in the bronze category, because like people will like kind of test like, oh, like that is a warning shot too. So how you say Kendrick is it's okay for Kendrick to make a warning shot but not him? There was nothing warning about that motherfucker. What are you talking about right now? There was clear descriptions of there was nothing warning. He literally says okay, let's get it up. It's time for him to prove that he's a problem. Niggas clicking up but cannot be legit no 40 water. Fuck sneak dissing. First person shooter. I hope they came with 3 swishes. I crash out like fuck rap. This Melly Mill if I had to. Bro, there was no warning in that. Look, now granted, I don't know why K Dot woke up on a random Tuesday and was like, fuck y'all. I don't know why he did that. He bipolar. Nigga said, he said, my temper bipolar, and I chose violence that day. Oh, well, okay. Well, all right, nigga crashed out, bro. I didn't tell that nigga to crash out, but this is the problem. Cole, if he woke up and crashed out, you should have crashed out too. And I'm not saying like drop Ether's level of fucking diss and replies, but it's like, if you're going so far to then even mention something like Takeover with like 4 albums every 13 years or 12 years, I can divide. It's like yes, we get it, Cole. It's like you're making a Takeover reference, but Jay-Z didn't win that beef. It was the white boy I saw on TikTok with the whiteboard. Like he said, when somebody get dissed, nobody's like, oh, you just got takeover. No, they say you just got ethered. You feel what I'm saying? You just got hit with that ether, not the takeover, my boy. You referencing in this is a bad look, Cole, especially with somebody with your discography. And this is why you're bronze, because don't get me wrong, I don't think Drake has the best discography at all by any means. But a lot of your fans say that Friday Night Lights is your best work, and that came out in 2010. I think your casual fans and casual listeners say your 2014 Forest Hill Drive is your best work. That came out in 2014. 2016 was For Your Eyes Only. 2 years after that was KOD. 3 years after that was The All Season. 3 years after that was Might Delete Later. And those aren't good albums. Those aren't good consistencies, Cole. That's why you're bronze. Because then you look at Kendrick, and this is how his discography goes. He came out with Section 80. A year later, he dropped a classic with Good Kid, Mad City. 3 years later, he dropped T-Pab. A year later, he dropped, somewhere between a year and a half, some months, he dropped the B-sides, Untitled and Master. If we're not counting Untitled and Master, then from To Pimp a Butterfly, 2 years he released Damned. And then it took him 4 years, or is it 4? 5. Then it took him 5 years to drop Mr. Morale. And all of that is a climb up. He went up. Now, I personally think he still peaked at T-Pab. And the closest one to this is Mr. Morale. But you cannot say that. I would not say Kendrick dropped anywhere in quality. Your quality is all over the fucking place. Bro, if I took J.Cole and put all his features together on one album, bro, it might go down as one of the best albums to be ever released in hip hop. If I take all J. Cole's verses on anybody's feature that he killed and put them together, it'd be a compilation made by the gods of rap. J. Cole's own discography, ass. Shit boring. So for him to say some shit boring is crazy given his catalog in this one. Like, if you're a J. Cole fan, you have to be real with yourself. Like, bro, no. At some point you gotta say no. And that's why he's in third to me. That's why he gets the bronze, because this was a time to do the lyrical gymnastics and backflips that he does on anybody else's track on his own, to respond to Kendrick like, hey, well, you say it's time to prove that niggas is a problem. What's up? I earned my spot on my big three. Matter of fact, I'm number one. I don't want to be bronze no more. Matter of fact, I'm about to hit you with some yibbity yap, yibbity do type shit. You know what I'm saying? I'm about to, this nigga, I did hit the Drake on that nigga. I'm about to, look, I was hating on Drake, but now I get it, right? I'm about to on that motherfucker, right? When you end some shit talking about somebody, I could drop 2 classics right now. Well, nigga, do it, because you haven't yet. You haven't dropped a classic since 14, and going to your true fans since Blinding Lights or whatever, Flashing Light, whatever the shit that was called. Like, what the fuck, my bro? You gotta prove your words. You gotta make that a fact. And it's like, okay, well, if Cole is third, then what makes Drake second? Nothing. Nothing makes Drake second. But unfortunately, Drake, even with his inconsistencies, you can see a little bit of quality that unfortunately has now declined. But we're not gonna act like Take Care, Nothing Was the Same, and if you're reading this too late, was a really good trilogy run for your boy Drake, for your boy Jersey. People didn't like Views. I like Views, but after that More Life era, yeah, his quality of work has gone down. And his recent best thing was what is that at? I don't see it on here. Oh, Her Loss with 21 Savage. But we all know when Drake and his ghostwriters do the fusion dance, that motherfucker be making hits. I think Drake's best shit is If You're Reading This Is Too Late. That shit hot like fire, even though Quentin Miller wrote it. But that's why, is because when you break down, it's like, yeah, in terms of lyrical ability, of course it goes Kendrick, Cole, and then Drake. But in terms of actual product and what's been consumed with the consumers, yeah, Kendrick got it with the hardcore, spiritual, lyrical, meaningful type shit. He got that on lock. His albums just do that. Then people who don't like To Pimp a Butterfly are some people that think going to jail is cool. So I mean, it is what it is. They love hood antics. That's why Good Kid, Mad City is a classic. Cole, I don't think the hood is bumping 2014 Forest Hill Drive, bro. Definitely not bumping For Your Eyes Only. KOD was for the white kids, and the off season was forgettable. I don't think nobody bumped that. And I think that's your best work since Forest Hill Drive. But I don't know, Cole. This was your time to prove you wasn't bronze, and this very wishy-washy diss kind of proved to me why you bronze, right? And that's why Drake kind of gets it, because, I mean, I'm going to be honest with you. I did not know that What Would Pluto Do was a diss to Future. I thought it was just a fire song playing homage to my boy Future. This man wrote a whole diss and made it a banger, and nobody knew he was dissing Future. Ain't nobody knew he was dissing Future until Future came out, and it was like, well, wait a minute, y'all beefing? Yeah, we been beefing, but he made a song to you. Go back to the song. That wasn't. Oh, what would Pluto do? He fucked the bitch, so I did it. Oh, he's saying he fucked your bitch. Oh my gosh, I didn't know. I didn't know. Drake is diabolical. Oh, that's a diabolical ass nigga, bro. That's a hey. Forget that nigga for his evil ways, bro. That nigga diabolical on that bitch, boy. Ooh wee. But yeah, that's all I have for that. A lot longer than I thought it was gonna be. Had a lot to say. Probably still can elaborate on a few things, but I think I said what I had to say. Yeah, we still don't have an outro, but thank you for listening to this. I truly appreciate it. This is episode 2 of Conversations in the Mirror. Episode 3 hopefully will be about why I think because y'all been disrespecting my second GOAT. Like, he ain't nice because he was big stabbing and tap dancing on the last album. Nah, we could go into some Kendrick now, and let me tell you why he said fuck the big three. And he got a lot of weight. That short motherfucker. He got a lot of weight to be saying that though, but that might be for the next podcast. So until then though, thank you and have a good day, good night, love you, and stay blessed.